When it comes down to the readings that I do them the way that I do them for a reason. I take that shit personally. Honestly. The shit that I do in real life, I'm not doing it for the fuck of the internet. You know, if you benefit from being here, you benefit from being here, and I think that's wonderful. But I don't do what I do for the sake of the internet. I do what I do because it's beneficial to me in my life. That's the reason why I don't get on here on the internet all the time, all dolled up and shit. You see me how you see me right now because this is the top of my morning. At the end of the day, when it comes down to the way that you live your life, you can carefully cultivate an image for the internet. Period. But for me personally, I've realized that it's far easier to just be myself in any and every aspect of all of what that means. That's why I have so many pages for so many different things. There's a page that's literally dedicated to my love of putting that shit on. There's a page that is literally dedicated to my awe, my admiration for my daughter. There's a page that's literally dedicated to my low-key awe and almost a little bit obsession with my wife. I have different pages for all kinds of different shit. And while I'm learning currently to better organize them, all of them have one thing in common. They're very, very authentic to who I am and what I think and how I feel at any given point in time. While I'm learning to use the edits, because it makes the video cute, that does not mean that I'm editing who I am. Like I get on here to put a face on for motherfuckers. 222 when I look up. There's 222. There's a lot of balance in who I am and what I do. And in a lot of cases, I do what I do for the love of doing it. Not because I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses or anything else. I might be inspired by somebody to do something a certain way. And at that point, you will know because I will say, I was inspired by this, and that's why we're doing this now. But there's a certain aspect of realism that comes with being in my circumference for the plain and simple fact that I'm a realist I'm an optimistic realist. While I hope for the best, I still operate on a frequency of what is. And that just is what it is. Period. I do the readings the way that I do my readings when I post the collective reads. Because at the end of the day, I'm a part of the collective I am reading for. And it feels 333 when I look up. It feels much better for me to read for myself, to take it personally, to tap into my energy. And for those who align with that energy, to be a part of experiencing that energy, than it is for me to tap into the world's energy. That shit's stressful. Been there, done that. And to the readers that do it, baby, more power to you. Okay. For me personally, that shit is draining. Okay. It's draining. It makes mama tired. Okay. To the point where there are certain instances where it takes me days. It would take me days to recover from that. And I don't want that for myself. Period. There are some individuals that can get down like that and they do it well. Their spiritual upkeep and hygiene, they operate on a frequency that is able to withstand that energy. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I admire those individuals. It's just not for me. And part of being in this community, part of being spiritual is less about fitting the spiritual narrative and more about experiencing the wholeness that is yourself. And I don't know why I felt it necessary to say this here today, but I feel like this is being left here for the future. And in the future, when it get down to the point that this is necessary, hopefully you find this and are able to revisit it because I said what I said. Okay? Either way, I do what I do, how I do it, because that's me. You do what you do, how you do it, because it's you. And that's fine. Period. If it feels like sandpaper across your nipples, baby, and you just can't stand it, it's just, it's irritating. Watching me do how I do me, feel free to not watch. Close your eyes, go cry in a corner or something, whatever you need to do. But when it comes to being disrespectful, I don't too much tolerate that. So at the end of the day, while I'm always open to learning and constructive criticism, I am not open to disrespect. And I'm also not going to disrespect you, because that's very much so out of character for me. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's tiring as well. So let's all keep it cute. Let's all be respectful. And let's all stop judging at people so damn aggressively. At the end of the day, everybody their own individual. It's one thing to be a part of a community, but you are a part of a community. You're not the community. Does that make sense? So when it comes down to being yourself, just be yourself. And if you in spaces and places with individuals that make you feel like you don't fit in, it's probably because you were meant to stand out. So either way, this was my little 2 cents for the day. I just finished a reading and I felt like it was necessary to put it out there why I read the way that I do, or not necessarily why, but that I'm going to continue doing what I am doing the way that I am doing it. I don't necessarily tap into specific zodiacs, energies, and all that jazz. That's just not my bag. There's a plethora of readers that do, and I can even point you to a few of them. But for me personally, I got to do what's best and what's right for me personally. And I implore you to do the same. So that's all for now. It's been an honor chatting with you. Until next time, have a great day.